What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day, bringing you a second piece from THRW Club. So the first one I brought from you guys, for you guys, from them, was this thing right here. It was, or is, the bill hook. I haven't cleaned it up yet, but this thing ended up being pretty nasty, and I'm talking nasty. It was an absolute worker bee, all the bells and whistles. The thing is just a freaking beater, man. This thing was actually really good. It surprised the hell out of me because I'm thinking, it's called THRW Club, but it's a bill hook. How can I throw it? And I threw it and it stuck, and the thing was just really cool. So they decided, well, you know what? If you're going to have the bill hook, you're going to need the Tanto. And just like the bill hook, it came with some extras. It came with a lanyard. It came with a ferro rod and striker. And it came with a sharpener honer for field sharpening. Now, it is 420 HC, 420 high carbon, the good 420. This is the same steel you're going to find in really high quality dive knives, because the corrosion resistance is really good. It can field sharpen, and that's why they're very confident offering you a field sharpener, because they know it's going to work. It's just good. I mean, you look at this, you got I lost the word ambidextrous in my mind. It just disappeared. You have an ambidextrous clip, mounting clip for your belt clip. You have a push button release, so you can take it on and off the belt without having to take on and off the belt. Really, really nice. You can mount it different places. You have extra mounting holes, so you can attach things like cordage and things like that. And just like the other one, it has that same really, really positive traction rubber grip that did really nice on the other one. I love the fact that they went with just a lower guard, no top guard, and it's a really good guard. It's not oversized. It doesn't curve in weird ways. It fits the finger. Really well done. Again, just like the old one, it's literally basically the same exact knife from here back as this one was. It's the same grip, the same lanyard hole, the same skull cracker. And I like that, because when you get used to using a certain blade, you get that consistency and the feel of the swing and the feel of the grip, and it's going to maintain. And I think that's really good. So if you're going from one to the next, it's going to be so familiar. Your hand is going to know exactly what it wants to do, when it wants to do it, and where it wants to do it. And I think that is really smart. You have a swedged Tanto, which is going to help with penetration, but without it being sharpened, it's going to maintain that tip strength. You do have the bottle opener. You do have that crazy good jimping that is really good for debarking. That doesn't mean stopping somebody's dog from barking. That means taking bark off a tree. Don't be that guy. But all in all, in the hand, it feels pretty good. It gets around. Obviously, it's a Tanto, so it's got that armor-piercing tip. It's made for fighting, but it's also made for survival. This is going to be a survival Tanto. I love the big bevel that it has. It's really good. The blade is nice and thick. It's got a good stock to it. And let's see if we can't pull up some of these specs here. So we have an 11.1 inch overall knife with a 5.6 inch blade. That's perfect. And a 4.8 inch grip. Again, that's perfect. 420 HC, and all is good. So let's see here. Yeah. Just that one is crazy sharp. I mean, that is crazy sharp. I just heard like rumbling outside. The wind is blowing like crazy. I'm getting ready to go out there and do this. That is insane sharp. So if you're wondering how the edge geometry is, that is not just sharp. That is razor, hair popping, shave sharp. Let's go test it. All right, so you know how sometimes you put a knife in the hand and it just immediately, it just feels like a knife. This is one of those knives where it's just instant, that's a knife. It's just super, super cool. The weight is great. The girth is great. The size is just perfect. This thing should be pretty good. Ooh, we is windy out here today. Ooh, let's check that tip. You can see that the wood is actually popping out. It is just wrecking these holes. I'm wondering if we can do some bow hole drilling with this thing. Oh, look at that. Turn this thing all the way around. You can completely notch out some bow holes for fire making. That's really good. That tip just dives in, and it's so thick at the tip, so strong. There's zero worry, zero issues to be had. Let's check this edge properly, even though nothing tests an edge like, is it going to shave? If you got a razor that doesn't shave your face, it's not sharp, even though it's a razor. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, that was incredibly easy. All right, so I have to say, as far as popping this rope, this is probably one of the easier blades. I've tested some really high-end, really sharp blades. This might be one of the better, let's try the, oh my gosh. One of the better knives. That's a super clean cut. As far as this is concerned, this is incredibly sharp. I am absolutely loving that. We got this plastic strap. We're going to give it a nice little separation here. And then we're going to fold it. And hopefully I have enough room left for cutting it to hold on. I went to pull. I got ready to pull, and it broke it before I started pulling. That's pretty freaking sharp. Let's twist this up right here. Give a nice pile of plastic. We'll use that. That, I'm telling you, guys, I'm showing you. I'm not just telling you. I'm barely putting pressure down, and it is dicing this plastic up. This edge is remarkable. That is abso-freaking-lutely remarkable. So let's test some of this desert rope I got here. This stuff is hard, and I want to see how well it does against this, because wow, I'm barely. Golly, I am literally. I can tell you I'm not pushing, but it's hard to convey that because you can't see how much pressure I am or am not putting. That was barely any pressure. This thing is born to cut. That is super, super nice. Let's see here. Let's go to the plastic. Nice plastic tube here. And let's see if it's sharp all the way at the bottom. And look at how thin I'm able to get that cutting. Let's see if we can catch on without it breaking off. And that means control and sharpness. Wow. That is control and sharpness. Holy crap. Let's use some of this stuff. It's a little bit harder. It's eating up. This is eating through this like a high-end knife edge. And that is not me being nice. That's not me being generous. That's me showing it to you on film. This edge is pristine. That is a beautiful, beautiful working edge. Let's see, we got the spider-filled basketball here. Let's go from this section. Golly. You've seen me do this with plenty of knives, and anybody who's been around and pays attention, you've seen some knives struggle, some $100 knives. This is not $100. This does not struggle. Golly. There's literally no pressure. I missed on that one. There's no pressure. Let's see if we can go the long way. Get a nice slice. Gosh. This is leather, rubber, mesh. And it's treating it like like it's literally like I'm about to butter some bread. It went through like you're cutting a raw hot dog. That's how easy that was. I'm kind of floored because I didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be pretty decent. I didn't know it was going to be this. This is extremely, extremely impressive. I wasn't ready. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't ready. Testing their knives, I had a feeling it was going to be good, but you can't go into something and expect it to be this good unless you're paying a premium price. If you're paying a premium price, you can expect it. This is a budget price with premium skill. I mean, it just goes. Let's keep going. All right, so I told you that the jimping would be good for debarking. Let's see if there's any lizards living in here. It's just perfect. That big jimping, that big fat jimping grabs enough, and then I could probably even notch with it. So if I needed to set up there's a nice notch. If it's a V-notch. If I needed to set up a camp and I needed to tie a string together, notching your wood keeps it from shifting. So it'll lock your cordage in there. This is awesome. All right, so this is hard Arizona dried tree here. Let's see how it chops. Wow, this is finesse and power all in one section. So the little ridge right here is a great place to put your index finger to hold low and chop. I'm going through a knot. So the wood's hard enough and I'm going through a knot. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, so after cutting rubber, plastic, batoning, leather, I mean, we cut a bunch of mediums and then slamming it on Arizona dry hardwood. It didn't even slow it down. This is 2 layers of nylon, 4 layers of rubber, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I am thoroughly impressed. That's one of the easiest cuts on this material. This is a budget knife. Get the hell out of here. And you know, you get a lot of people that refuse to test budget knives. There's some people out there that only test high-end blades because, you know, they don't think that the budget stuff is worth their time. Let me tell you something. They're missing out. If somebody sees this and goes, oh no, it's some budget novelty crap, blah, 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 they have no idea what they're talking about. This thing is a knife, and it freaking knifes. All right, so you can't call something throw club if you don't plan on throwing it. So we got to test it out. Now, I chose this target because it's harder. There's a pipe and then a skinny tree. And not only that, but the tree is covered in some of the worst bark you'll ever see on a tree. It's hard to get through. Yeah! First try. Oh, that was in there. I don't know. It's a budget knife. All right, well, what can I say? The knife works. If you follow the link below, you're going to find yourself a really good deal on a really good knife that is going to abso-freaking-lutely get it done. This thing, this THRW CLUB Tanto, is pretty freaking nasty. Absolutely worth the money they're charging. I'm digging it. I want to throw this thing some more. I want to have some fun with it. It's a pretty badass piece, but I think I can get some really good full-out long throws with this. It's just built right. It's built right. So I'm going to go have some fun. That's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.